The journey. Living life in Germany was very hard, especially working on the farm. Ma and Pa and I, we tried our best with farming, but no matter how hard we worked, it seemed like nothing would grow. And we starved, but still we thrived on being with each other and still survived somehow. Just the crops, they were bad every year. Ma, she gave up all the food to me. She wanted me to be strong. That way I could work outside with Pa. But Pa, he looked skinnier every day. I didn't know what to do and what to make of it. All I know is it was terrible. But one faithful day we went into town and these American recruiters were talking about going to America where they had good land, good soil, and that we could live there for 5 years and not have to worry about paying anything. It was an opportunity, my father said, to start a family and have good land, but I didn't want to leave them. The Americans called it the Homesteaders Act. I didn't know what to make of it, but it was a contract. One day, Pa packed all my stuff and told me it was time for me to go to America, that they had bought me a ticket aboard a boat. I didn't want to leave, but Ma encouraged. So, the next day I left, and it was very hard to leave my family behind. I wanted them to go with me. Aboard the boat, there was plenty of fellow Germans. We were all crowded and cramped. Heck, even some of them were sick. I didn't know what to do, and all I did was sit there away from everybody. When the trip started, a lot of people got seasick because they'd never been aboard a boat. A lot of children were sick. A lot of people died on the boat. I'm shocked I didn't get sick, but I still survived. 2 weeks into this trip, we found out that the food went bad. A lot of people went hungry for months upon months. It was a long journey. I didn't know how I could stand it. It was over 3,000 miles to America. But we landed in New York, the biggest city I've ever been in. There was a lot of people. One family, the Thomasons, told me that they'd take me in because they needed a strong, sturdy man to help them to get to Nebraska. And I had no way to get there, but they did. They had horses and wagons, and we took off. It was going to be a long journey, their father told me. It just seemed like a barren wasteland. They called it a prairie. I didn't know that. There's a lot of nature. I enjoyed it, but I still missed my family, and I kept thinking of what my pa told me, that this was going to be a better life for me. I even camped out underneath the stars. I never knew it could be so cold out at night. But I did have fun eating food, at least. Their kids were funny. They told me jokes and how life is for them. Nebraska was a beautiful place. It had beautiful prairies. I even met the man who made it possible for me. His name was Dr. Richardson. He explained to me about the contract and that it was going to be 5 years that I needed to raise crops. He also told me that I might have somebody living with me, which I never understood. Within a year, I had built my house, and I also had someone living with me. Her name was Mary. She ended up becoming my wife. We had 2 beautiful children, Anna and Frank. They're good kids. And also, we had worked really hard to have good crops. It was such a good year that We were paid more for our money, and we had several Indians work in the fields, which I appreciated, but I didn't enjoy them slaving away. I do have to say this, life ended up really good. I'm glad my father made me move to America, and I hope one day I can bring them over. I hope.